ஒரு அணுக்கள் கம்மியா இருக்கு அப்படின்னா
If there is a deficiency of some nutrients, the doctor will prescribe a tablet containing iron, glucose, etc., and suggest some fruits. They will refer all these things to you. Many people who have a deficiency of water and nutrients have come to me, and I never refer them to anything like figs, oranges, or any other fruits or medicines to eat. How do I see them? How do I approach them? While seeing them, I can understand how much lunar energy and solar energy they receive and possess in their body naturally and what their breath ratio is. How much of the solar energy do a man and a woman breathe right now? Is this quality lacking, or is it more? While observing all these things, it clearly shows me that they are not receiving the breath in the correct ratio. It is lacking. Because of that, some of them become weak. Here I create an opportunity to improve the breath within them by giving them an initiation, mantra, and meditation, asking the people to do the meditation to improve themselves. A woman is of water nature, and she should get sufficient lunar energy by nature, so that all the organs in her body will function normally when her lunar airflow is normal. The sufficient quantity of lunar energy flow plays a vital role in women to improve their immune system. Each woman has 40% of solar energy in her body. Every woman possesses a masculine nature. It's because of that solar energy. A few women act more like a man. They act very brave, seem to be dominant, and actively engage in activities that are inherent to their masculine nature. These women have more solar energy, which is above 50 to 60%. This is the way it works. If a man or woman possesses the right ratio of breath, their body will have a lot of opportunities to change to a better state and to maintain their body without any setbacks. This is very, very important. This is what I have talked about in this meditation. Many people who have come to me were physically unable to breathe. I have observed that their breathing was below 25%. A person needs to breathe 70 to 80% naturally, but many people who breathe only 25% have come to me. What happens to them really is that they often have shortness of breath. There will be a big problem with wheezing. Out of all the movements of their body organs, only 15%, 25%, or 30% of them are functional. Then they feel suffocated, the body often burns, fear increases, and they become very emotional and ready to cause suffering to themselves. So, these kinds of cases can't be corrected with just medicines. So how do I treat these people? I try to transfer the lunar energy of my breath to the people who are suffering to bring their lunar energy back naturally. One woman had spent many years practicing meditation in one ashram. Her meditation was good, but she never attained any spiritual experience through her meditation. Let's leave all that aside about experience, but one should not be suffering through meditation. This is the first thing. Secondly, those who are practicing meditation should never experience setbacks. They mainly need to correct their body. We should make our body do something that is necessary for it. Then there will be a chance to correct the body a little. What happened to that woman who had been meditating for over 15 years was that her lunar energy was not functioning properly. Because the air of the lunar energy could not be received properly, the quality of water content that the woman should have received naturally was very lacking. At the same time, that woman received sufficient solar energy naturally, but because the nature of the moon was not received, the body was not balanced. Now, when I create an opportunity to bring her own lunar energy to her, she receives that sufficient water content in her body. The lunar energy starts flowing inside her body. Then what happens is that the meditation within her is balanced, the body is balanced, and when it finds the necessary form of action, a person who should suffer 70% of the time experiences only 25% of the suffering. It relieves 45% of suffering. This is something that happens within meditation. I never discuss this in any of my classes. When you come to meet me, you don't mention your breathing in the wish list you prepared at home. You make many plans, visit different gurus, and practice meditation, but no one knows whether the breath within you flows naturally or not. The gurus who have been teaching you meditation for 16 or 20 years also do not know if a sufficient level of lunar and solar energy is received by a human being. If they find the right way, they can't make people wise or saintly, but they can help them live a good life for a while. This is what truly matters. He does not just need to become enlightened and start a revolution. He just has to do a good deed for his family and create opportunities for himself to be free from the hospital for a while. Many people have to go to the hospital for treatment according to their destiny, but I have transformed many people without making them stay in the hospital and cured them through my breathing energies. I have not used any magic power or something like that. It's purely through my breathing that I have created an opportunity for them to get their breathing flow regulated. Every human being usually has intense breathing movements between the ages of 17, 18, 20, and 25. That's why the age to start meditating is between 14 and 17 years old. Only then will the spinal cord be in proper alignment. Then, by centering the spine and the breath, if a person corrects the body, the age at which a man or a woman acquires it is 14 to 17 years old. If a man or a woman starts practicing meditation between the ages of 14 and 17, be it their studies, their life, marriage, groom, or bride, nothing and no one will be an obstacle to their meditation. At that age, their spine will be in the correct position. Then that person will naturally sit like this or that, and even when they move, their back will never bend. Now, many people force this back because the nature of the back has changed. If you look at the action in the total spine, you have sat in various positions for 30 years, 20 years, doing different things, and you might have transformed your spine completely. Then, to bring the spine into the proper form, it will take adequate time and meditation. Why is it delayed for a guru to give wisdom to the student? The reason is in various forms. Mainly it's based on the spinal cord and the breathing flow. The guru identifies whether a person will make progress or not in meditation. This cannot be discussed with those persons, like saying your spine is not proper or your breathing flow is not good. They will become sad if this is shared with them. So I never share this with them. This is how I approach it. When someone seeks wisdom, I say, you shall attain it. When they seek something for their family, I say, you shall receive it. So I sit with them and go their way and give what is really needed to them. That is how I do it and have conversations with them. Otherwise, they will not understand and they will be afraid. It's a common feeling for every human. Even I faced such situations. When I got fed up in my early life due to medication, I got a transformation through breathing. Now, if someone has to leave their medication, instead of having trust in Lord's, God, or Siddhas, they have to practice correct breathing. That breathing will create opportunities for progress and development for any organ that is set back or weak. Then, if the weakest part of the body becomes strong, and if there is a situation where it is locked, and there is an opportunity to remove that lock, and if that air becomes available sufficiently, and if those parts gradually start functioning, he will not be in a situation where he has to lie down. Back then, many people had weak bodies and had to stay in the hospital for several days under the doctor's observation, but I have cured them through my breathing, so they did not have to stay in the hospital ever. Once a mother came carrying a 4-year-old child. The child had a terrible problem. The child was in trouble in every way. The doctor had prescribed him the same dosage and medicine as for a grown man. When they came to me, I scanned through my meditation his body as the first thing. Scanning is the first thing to be done before attempting to cure. That's why the doctor looks at the scan report and works on each patient. So now the scanning is done. Next, how to cure this child. Medicine should not be given as it's a child, so I need to cure him through my breathing. At the same time, I must not transfer the breath completely, as the child won't be able to stand it. Then what level should I increase that breathing? How should a 4-year-old child take that breath and start giving it? So after I transform the required level of breath, the child's breathing flow returns naturally and comes out of that setback and starts flowing. His parents keep checking their child's progress every month. The breathing level keeps progressing every month. The 4th month, then the 5th month, then the 6th month, then the 7th month, then the 8th month, month after month. By the 4th month, the baby was still about 75 to 80% under treatment. The medicine was in pill form, as prescribed by the doctor. By the 5th month, the dosage was at 35%. The doctor was reducing the dosage of all the medicines. When the 6th month came, it was reduced to 20%. They kept decreasing it by 5% to 6% every month. The mother and father of the child told me that the doctor said that the child was making tremendous progress and changing very actively. This child was getting ready himself beyond what we gave. That's why we stopped all those doses. Everything was going well. That's how we reduced the dose when there was a good response. So, I didn't do anything for that child. Remember well, I don't use any power to do God magic or anything. I just created an opportunity for a child or a human being to somehow get the breath they naturally deserve. If they get the natural breathing sufficiently, and in any case, if they are sick or having any other problem, they themselves can deal with it to recover through their breathing flow. Now, people who have received Diksha from me have not stayed at hospitals for long, even if they were seriously ill. If any of the major organs like the liver, kidney, or spleen are locked up and are in a very long cycle, they need major medical support. Artificial respiration should be given to them. But through the breathing regulations, I make sure that the air that needs to be available is available without it becoming blocked. So, what the doctor says to these people is that the function is normal, so you do not have to stay here anymore. Just for a regular checkup, they are asked to come once in 10 days instead of being hospitalized. Remember that well. So, when they chant the mantra or practice meditation, the guru or God will not come. Any organ that is weak will have a chance to regenerate a little. That's all.